Topic 1. Markets and policy driving the day. Investors are focused on inflation data and Treasury yields, with the 10-year yield around 4.69% and the 2-year near 5.24%. And this week's July CPI seen as a major inflection point for markets. Oil has climbed roughly 3% amid US-Iran tensions around the Strait of Hormuz, lifting risk premia and adding volatility to safe haven flows and yields. Despite slowing payroll gains, a 4.1% unemployment rate signals labor market strength that keeps the possibility of Fed hikes in play. CME FedWatch shows September hike odds down from 67% to 48%, but still possible. Higher yields mean higher mortgage, auto, and credit card costs for consumers, while upcoming data, Wednesday CPI, Thursday PPI, jobless claims, Friday retail sales and Michigan consumer sentiment, and big energy earnings or windfall tax talk could further sway markets. Topic 2. AI demand powers tech and chipmakers. Surging AI infrastructure spending is driving sharp semiconductor demand. TSMC reported July sales of $467.58 billion, about $14.5 billion, up 44.7% year-over-year, with high-performance computing accounting for roughly 66% of Q2 revenue and dollar-based annual growth guidance near 40%, while CapEx guidance was raised to about $60 to $64 billion. Intel announced a $15 billion common stock offering, with a possible $2.25 billion greenshoe, to fund factories and working capital, a move that sent its shares down roughly 4% despite recent rapid revenue growth and a $20 billion CapEx guidance. Intel is emphasizing physical AI, purpose silicon, and advanced packaging. Broadly, the chip sector shows mixed short-term swings, but strong AI-driven demand. Select names like ASML, Infineon, and STMicro are up. PHLX semiconductors are off June peaks but far higher year-to-date, and research estimates AI CapEx rising from about $765 billion this year to roughly $1.2 trillion by 2027. Topic 3. Geopolitics and trade hit energy and retail. Tensions around the Strait of Hormuz and stalled US-Iran negotiations have pushed WTI toward $80 and Brent to about $84.85, keeping a risk premium in oil prices amid tanker attacks and transit disputes. Big oil companies reported about $480 billion in second quarter profits and nearly $900 billion in cash flow, fueling political criticism and calls for excess profit levies, even as firms prioritize cash reserves, debt reduction, selective investment, dividends, and buybacks. Trade policy changes, especially the US, removal of de minimis exemptions and higher tariffs, have hurt fast fashion Shein, which says US sales fell over 3%. First quarter US sales plunged 14% year-over-year, company profits fell 39%, and Q1 swung to a $9.9 million loss, prompting pricing moves and diversification into higher-margin third-party marketplace and brand enablement services. Similar duty changes in Europe have reduced growth there too. Topic 4. Public safety and consumer alerts, food and auto recalls. A salmonella outbreak traced to jalapeños from Sinaloa, Mexico, has sickened 345 people across 27 states with 36 hospitalizations. Coast citrus distributors halted imports and recalled product, and restaurants including Chipotle and Qdoba have stopped using the jalapeños. At least 18 ready-to-eat items containing those jalapeños, sold under brands and retailers such as Taylor Farms, H-E-B, Walmart MarketSide, Wawa, Albertsons, Kroger, and others, across about 24 states, with use by dates mainly Aug 3 to 16, 2026, are being recalled or pulled. Taylor Farms has voluntarily recalled affected salsas, guacamoles, burritos, and salads. Separately, more than 3,200 pounds of ready-to-eat pastrami and corned beef have been recalled for possible listeria contamination. Consumers, especially pregnant people, the elderly, and immunocompromised, should not eat affected products and should seek medical advice for symptoms. In vehicles, Stellantis is recalling about 1,271,294 Ram 1500 pickups, 2019-2026, for a potential rear seatbelt buckle anchor assembly issue. Dealers will inspect and reinforce anchors free. Owner notices begin